It's springtime here in Tahoe, the snow is melting, and the wildflowers are in bloom. It also means windy weather. As an aircraft owner and content creator, there's actually a good amount of time I spend outside of an aircraft. This summer, I'm looking forward to spending time on the water, as well as in the air. Lake Tahoe is known for its beautiful sights to see, as well as every major water sport. I'm also looking forward to spending time with friends and family and working to maintain healthy habits. So I did get a few questions from you guys about how my first annual with the Debbie went. The annual is what an aircraft has to go through every year to make sure that the aircraft is working properly. Now, the annual generally consists of checking the gear, the engine, the airframe. Annual inspection for an aircraft can differ by the area that the aircraft is located, what kind of airplane it is. There's a few different factors. But for my aircraft, a Beechcraft Bonanza or Debonair, they tend to be a little more expensive than something like a Piper Archer or a Cessna 150. So for my Beechcraft Debonair, the base cost for the annual was around $2,000, which honestly isn't too bad. This is the anniversary of 1 year of me owning my airplane, and we have already had some amazing adventures that I never would have been able to have if I didn't own my own airplane. And with these adventures, though, comes maintenance. So if you've been following my channel, you've noticed I've done a couple of things with the airplane that were elective, and there was a couple maintenance items that had to be dealt with that were not elective. One being I installed the bass shoulder harnesses. I also changed from a dual yoke to a throwover yoke, and that's because the dual yoke, I didn't like how the bar blocked me being able to grab the landing gear switch. This cost about $7,000, and most of it being the bass seat belts and the installation, and about $1,500 for the throwover yoke. So that was elective. Every about 4 months or 50, for me, I usually do around 30 hours, I have to get an oil change, which is usually around $250, including the oil. So not too bad. And the non-elective things I had to take care of in my plane for surprise maintenance was definitely when my engine stalled on rollout at Palo Alto. And I had a pretty generous throttle body leak, so I actually had to overhaul my whole throttle body, which that actually cost around $4,000, which is actually not as expensive as I thought it might have been. So I'm kind of glad about that. Still expensive, but not overly so. So during my annual, and honestly before that, my MP wanted to replace my elevator. There's a few reasons for this, because there was a little bit of corrosion that was visible. The part is magnesium, so magnesium parts tend to get more corrosion than, say, aluminum. 15 November Charlie was kept in San Francisco, so it was near the ocean, and even though it was always hangared, I don't know, airplanes living by the ocean always seem to get more corrosion than, let's say, up here in Reno, Nevada. So my elevator had corrosion. The panel of the elevator was warped in spots, which I have no idea how that can happen. I'll show you guys the clip, but it's a little warped. So if you guys have any commentary on how this can happen or what it is, I'd love to hear it. But because of that, I decided, since it's a control surface, which is very important, it controls the pitch of the aircraft, I wanted to replace it. If you found a elevator from another Debonair and had it stripped, it was basically brand new. It looked really nice. I did have to get it painted though, and he was able to install it within just under 2 weeks, so pretty quickly. My airplane was only down for 2 weeks, and that's actually pretty good, because I've heard of some horror stories of airplanes being down for months, and if you have had this, then I'd love to hear that story too, because maintenance with airplanes can be kind of a monster to deal with. But the part itself, the elevator, was $4,000. The painting of it was $750. The hardware of it was around $1,500, so all of the little nuts and bolts that hold it together were replaced. And then all of the time he spent, I ended up dropping $10,000 on this last annual. My first one owning the aircraft. So it wasn't the cheapest annual ever. It's something that I expected purchasing a 1966 aircraft, really anything, even brand new aircraft, maintenance, and that's just the name of the game. When you buy an airplane, the first step is buying it, but really what takes a lot more is upkeeping it. That's kind of the more expensive part, in my opinion. So overall, in the last, let's say, the last 12 months, I ended up spending around $22,000 including all the oil changes, surprise maintenance, elective things I chose to do, as well as the annual and the replacement of my elevator. It did cost a little bit, and it's worth it having a safe aircraft, and I think my A&P did a really good job. Real quick, I'm so excited to share some big news from today's sponsor, AG1. After years of development, AG1 Next Gen is the first major upgrade to the formula since 2016. These upgrades include the probiotic blend, added vitamins and minerals. AG1 Next Gen is backed by clinical trials and has been clinically shown to help fill common nutrient gaps and support gut health. And my personal favorite part, these newly designed travel packs, which makes drinking your daily health drink easier on the road with this easy pour design, which will be so helpful on my next time in aircraft ferry. I've said it before and I'll say it again. AG1 Next Gen helps support my energy levels while helping me bounce back from stress with this amazing new formula. My mom even just started her subscription. Now is the time to give AG1 Next Gen a try. Get started for less than $3 a day when you subscribe. Go to drinkag1.com/HaleyHerberg or scan this QR code. Thanks again, AG1, for sponsoring today's video. Well, hello, Debbie. Just got to the hangar here and pulled the plane out. It's kind of cool, the sweepers coming through and cleaning the airport, and I didn't know they did that, so that's nice. Weather is slightly windy, not too bad. I'm also grabbing the hay bike to bring back to my house so I can use it around the trails in Tahoe as well. And just doing a little bit of spring cleaning, waiting for my student Kelsey. She's going to join me on this flight, and we're just going to briefly take a peek around Lake Aloha, which is near South Lake Tahoe, and do a nice little fly over the lake. I also recently vacuumed the Debbie and cleaned her off after my Yosemite and Coachella trip. So you can see my floorboards are a lot less dusty. All ready to go? I am definitely going to need an oil change soon, so that'll be up next. And listening to the weather.
800. Minden Tahoe Airport. Automated weather observation 2210 Zulu. Wind 310 at 11 knots.
Yeah, so
Peak gusts 18 knots. Clear below 12,000. Temperature 25 Celsius. Dew point -12 Celsius. Altimeter 3007 inches of mercury. Remarks. Density altitude 680.
680. So it's a little higher. Not too bad though for our plane since we're pretty light. And we've got a strong engine. Then a traffic Debonair 15 November Charlie departing on the left downwind runway 34 minutes.
Wind and traffic, Kep 2775 is 2 miles to the west of the field at 5,700 feet maneuvering. Ground reference neighbors.
Wind and traffic, Cherokee 8206 Whiskey is currently 14 miles southeast of the airport, 9,500. Maneuvering northbound on the east side of the valley.
All the instructors be like, hey, we're here. I remember those days. All right, using full runway.
And then the area traffic, running 6410, Quebec is 10 miles to the north, climbing through 6,000. They're going to transition on the west side of the field southbound. Megan.
All right, full power. Definitely like a little right heavy. Oh, there we go. Airspeed alive. All right. Yeah, it's the wind.
Where's that go?
Gear swinging.
Is that a bird? Yeah.
It's a bird. Gear confirmed up. And all my temperatures actually look really good. Prop coming off the red line. We got one guy up here.
Door's good this time.
Awesome. We love to see it. Making prop off the red line. Into traffic Debonair 15 November Charlie. Left crossing runway 34 a minute. And you can feel that density altitude. Yeah, that's for sure. And watching this guy. He's a Mooney, so he's going to be pretty quick. There's grease on there.
I wonder if it's that
Coming
same
out of
Mooney
100.
that's always coming in the same time as us.
Oh, I know. Well, he's the guy who sold me the hanger.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's a nice guy. Density altitude's a thing. I think I'm gonna circle the field to go up over Tahoe.
We'd still be on the runway into Cherokee right now.
I know. Well, it's a little hot right now still. In a traffic Debonair 15 November Charlie, left down runway 34, departing to south. I'm going to be climbing. Then a westbound departure over to Lake Tahoe. Minute.
London area traffic, running 6410, Quebec. We're 6 miles to the northwest, 6,800 for 10,500. We're going to be transitioning southbound. Final altitude is 10,500, and we'll be looking out for that departing traffic.
Thanks much. We'll keep our eye out too. I love people like that.
I'm going to Bishop tomorrow.
Departing traffic, this is Mooney 6410 Quebec. We'll probably just try to overfly maybe just a little bit to the west of the freeway, just so that you have something to look for us at.
Roger, we'll stay to the east of the highway. I think I'm just going to circle the field to head westbound. And I'm currently 6,500 climbing 9,500. Alrighty.
He's 10 Quebec.
In a traffic Debonair 15 November Charlie, circling the field, 6,800 climbing 9,500 minute. We're just heading over Kingsbury Grade. I'm going to keep climbing. So I think Lake Aloha sits, we're going to have to go up 10 or 11.5.
We put around it, that little lake.
It's pretty high up there. I was seeing planes flying around all today though of Tahoe, so that's a good sign. You can see a little bit of wind on the lake here. There's definitely a gust. You can see the white caps over there. Tahoe traffic, Debonair 15 November Charlie, heading westbound over Kingsbury Grade, 10,000, climbing 11,500, heading towards Lake Aloha, Tahoe. Not sure if anyone knows what Lake Aloha is, so I might just say.
I had never heard of it. When you told me, I Googled it.
I might just say towards Emerald Bay. People know what Emerald Bay is.
Or Fallen Leaf, it'll be right by that too.
We're looking at Lake Aloha, and it does look like it's still pretty frozen up there. So I think our hike is going to have to wait another month. But it's really nice to be able to check out this desolation wilderness spot that we're going to camp at from above and see when the conditions are just right. So we're going to be pond skimming across it, which means we're going to bring our skis along and ski across a pond at the top of the mountain. So let me know if you guys want me to vlog that one, because that one I think will be pretty fun. But it's definitely still frozen. You can see it up over here. We're heading over Aloha right now. We're going to circle it to our left and then head back towards Tahoe. Currently at about 11,200. Oh, you can see it's starting to run off. There's where the pond's going to be. So you have to scramble up this little piece here.
That's going to be a good workout.
Oh my god, it is. It's a 3-day desolation hike.
Are you going to take snowshoes?
No, I'm just going to bring my hiking boots. And now we're circling Emerald Bay for this nice little joyride. With Kelsey here is working on her instrument rating and her commercial. So it's kind of nice every once in a while to just slow down. I guess speed up in the Debonair.
Speed up and get fancy with it.
Wind in Tahoe Airport. Automated weather observation 2251 Zulu. Wind 280 at 10 knots. Peak gusts 15 knots.
I'm going to swing wide, and I think I'm actually going to drop my gear right now.
You were right. I can't believe it was going to be 3-0 again.
Gear swinging. That way we can descend quickly. Gas. Let's do left tank. Lights. Undercarriage. Gear is down. Mixture looks pretty good. It's for Minden. Prop we're going to do in a minute. Flap seatbelt. Looking for traffic.
He's on that downwind.
God, I need batteries. I got to remember that. I always forget. And descending.
And in traffic, 2735, left base, 30 short approach.
Practicing is crosswind landings. Whee!
Smoother over Tahoe than it is over Gardnerville.
It's always the fact that this is so straight up. It just kicks so much crap.
So abrupt. Is he full stop or is he lapping again?
He said short approach, so they're practicing the power off 180, which you'll be doing soon if you haven't already.
Everybody says it's the hardest thing ever.
It's not too hard. It's what you would have to do if you actually did an emergency landing.
Right.
So I honestly think you need to learn how to do it when you're a private pilot, but it is difficult. You have to really understand what wind does to the airplane, how the airplane performs. The traffic Debonair 15 November Charlie, turning final from runway 30, about 5 miles out. Minute. Gear is confirmed down. Remember to do my prop. And our other guys landed. There's 3-0. We can feel that shift in wind. Why do I do this to myself?
You can tell the difference in the AC too.
It's working now. It's good. We're at 5-7. We're just going to continue on down. Prop coming full forward. In case we need to go around. I'm going to traffic Debonair 15 November Charlie. Final runway 30 full stop minute. We'll do our first onto flaps. I don't have a marker on this wing. It's always kind of hard.
I see the white tape over here.
That's where it's supposed to
There
be.
goes
Now
green.
there's 20 degrees. Full flaps. And coming up to help myself. I don't see anyone in my way. We're on 3-4. And coming down nicely speed-wise. Wind was coming from 2-8, so it's definitely a left crosswind. So left aileron, right rudder. Pretty good crab.
Thanks for flying along with Kelsey and I wish you all a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. See you all on the next flight.